it goes. Super Mario World Random Revolution. Press any button by the team of that name. I can push buttons. Hatching plans that take over Hyrule. Makes sense. It's what they do. Soldier select. I guess Mario. I'll be Mario. Works. Alright. What I think I've learned is that it's doing something. I think we should do this without tools, is what I think this is telling me. There's an awful lot of red light going on, but not a lot of gameplay. Oh, you have to press start again. Never mind. Alright. It's a tank. Cool smoke effects. I don't want to be hit by those things. Okay, I have 20 HP. That's good. Okay. Unexploded ordnance can be used to hurt things. This makes sense. Not really sure how I know I'll have done damage. Can I damage the turret? I can damage the turret. The turret's probably the better thing to attack. Everything makes more sense. Except the part where I keep doing that. That doesn't make much sense. You don't re-grab the ball. What's up, Tara? How you doing? Yeah, I think this that bit there was just because of my lack of knowledge of the lore of Metal Slug, I think. I just was waiting for something to happen after pushing the button multiple times. Like, this doesn't seem like it should be hard. No, that's not too hard. Doing alright. These are Metal Slug outfits. I know enough. And a while ago, I played a level design contest where one of the developers for this had a bunch of Metal Slug stuff. Down I go. Fire flower. I don't want to be hit by the missile. It knows where it is. It's like the last thing I want to be hit by. Okay. But yeah, this is cool. It's very technologically advanced. Not the kind of thing you see in SMW hacks a lot. And neither was the one for the level design contest I played a little bit of. It had, like, a Kako demon you had to fight, and then some Metal Slug stuff. The things I thought were Metal Slug stuff. I think might have maybe included this guy now that I think about it. I think there was a machine gun. I don't want that thing alive. Okay, that is a problem. He drops bullets like that. And throws projectiles that I think I dodged somehow. Okay. See the projectiles. Try to not land in them. Gonna do something. You know, I really shouldn't wait for them. Oh. I wasn't ready for that. I need to stop running into explosions. There we go, got one more hit in. It took a few iterations. Somehow ducking. I think those things might not collide properly for some reason. Oh god. And also, in case anyone's wondering, this is in fact SA1. You might be able to tell by the everything that's happening. That's gonna miss again. Okay, nope. Got hit by the smoke. The deadly, deadly smoke. That count as a hit? That count as a hit. Oh, I blew it up! Most gorgeous explosions of video games. Some of those gorgeous sprites and backgrounds. Oh god. Come on, boy. Okay, now there's two of them. There's a knife guy and a gun guy. Not what I was expecting, but, you know, that's how it goes. I don't know if fireworks are helping. God. can only jump out of explosions so quickly. These guys have, like, weird Chuck-like physics when you land on them, too. So we're gonna find out what happens when we get a game over. Was watching a playthrough of Revolution X because of the name of this earlier. So I was like, does that game actually make sense the way I remember it making sense? And the answer is no, it made no sense, ever. But it was pretty awesome looking. Revolution X is a very cool looking game, and actually I remember it being fun if you play it on arcade. Ports, not so good. The ports are crap. Kind of wondering if now maybe it's like just a survival thing? Or maybe I took way too long killing the big tank. Because, like, the timer's not very high. No, maybe I was wrong about that. You have to listen to Aerosmith? I don't mind a little Aerosmith. A little Aerosmith, not a lot of Aerosmith. Alright. So, I guess there's no checkpoints, is what we're learning here. And I've learned that you need to push more buttons. Alright, well, let's try to avoid more explosions early on, and hopefully we'll do better. Like this, at least I know what to do with now. Mostly know what to do with now. And the other bright side is if I do decide to cheat, I know exactly how I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to give Mario a lot more lives. Because, dear lord, if it uses the same location for that, it'll be really easy. I need to stop looking for the bomb to go off. Like, that's my biggest problem here, is I keep wanting to see the bomb as it goes off, and it's just not worth it. Like, just kick it and hope. Like, see right there? Like, that was a way better strategy. Also, Revolution X amuses me to no end because, like, you have to use, you know, the weapon is music, and so you're, like, hurling CDs at helicopters, which, let's be honest, is just hilarious. The fact that it works is also hilarious. Oh, that's a good bomb. Good bomb. But the guy doesn't look very confident about standing on this thing. For very good reason. Nobody wants to stand on this thing. Oh. Missile knows where it is, because it knows it wants to land on Mario. I'm gonna guess this is actually just like one long, complicated boss. Set of boss fights. What? No, I don't want to hold on to this thing. It's even that thing that sometimes will happen with like King Wart, where like you re-grab your object like right out of the air, because you let go and then you know, immediately grab it again. It's a little bit of a problem. Also, I don't like this pattern where it doesn't drop any bombs because it's in the missile state. See, like, I re-grabbed the dang thing again. Alright, well, we got a certain percentage down because it spawned Machine Gun Man. No, it's probably not in the spirit of Metal Slug, but man, I think I really would appreciate it if the other thing had a life counter. Losing the ball really sucks. Need to be on. I didn't just need to camp the left side. Does look like it's gonna fall apart anytime soon because of the sparks, but you know, it's kind of hard to tell. Oh, it blew up. Alright. I think I did marginally better than last time. Let's see if the timer also dropped.
Come on, boy. You're me. Go home to mommy.
Nope, the timer didn't drop. It's not survival. That's actually Mario's death timer. Wait, there's a ball there? Unpickable? Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's how you're supposed to defeat them. One of the options. Oh, God. Thought I was playing Brutal Mario. I could totally see why you'd think that. Makes a lot of sense, really. How you doing, Fries? Off. Really wish I could just get rid of one of them. Like, I also don't know if landing on them is doing any damage, or if hitting them with anything. Like, I just have no meaningful feedback about how this fight is actually going beyond, oh god, I hope I'm dodging enough ordnance. Like, is jumping on them effective? I can't tell. Is hitting them with Fire Flower effective? Maybe. I think, oh wait, they're getting slightly more sunburned. He came over and knifed me. Okay, I do have some feedback. Ah! Okay, that missile knew where he was. I got rid of one of them. Alright, so... crap. I was just going for, like, Bull True. Maybe I can just get him in the last... little bit here. Nope. No dice. No dice. I hope there's checkpoints. I have been seen to hell. That's where Mario is going. Pretty clear at this point, there's no chance of Mario going to heaven here. Not all Marios go to heaven. There's still really nice explosions, though. Like, definitely a tour de force of SA1 power. It's not what I wanted, but, you know, I'll take it, I guess. The problem is you don't know when there's going to be an actual useful bomb. Like, how did I wasn't paying attention. Because the new strat is just dodge. Mostly. Here comes the old strat, same as the new strat. For Pete's sake, I just can't get rid of a bomb! Should have already lost, like, one hit from here. Like, you hear the kick, and then it just doesn't kick. Nope, that was also, I think, one that was going to be a usable shell. Okay, the first one's not that hard. The first section's not that hard. I just need to be better at it. It's a little repetitive until Machine Gun Man shows up. I'm certain these people have names in, like, the Metal Slug universe, but again, I don't know them well enough. You know, with a lot of... Oh. Thanks for the raid. It's not going to show up properly, unsurprisingly. Oh, that's worse, actually. I think it froze the game. Alright, well, oh. That's my fault. That's my fault. Anyway, how you doing, Ender Games? How was the stream? What were you up to? Hope for something fun. Let me try to do this. Mr. X or Cobra. I mean, those are fine names for 90s villains. Playing Counter-Strike? Oh, nice. Or Computer Science, one or the other. It says twins on it. I will presume Counter-Strike until otherwise proven. Don't. I think the standard thing applies where, like, video game, it's better to stay at further angles because the further you are away from straight down, the worse they are at hitting you because of mathematical imprecision. But that's just a guess. But yeah, I'm doing the Hackjam judging. And this is one of the hacks, is Mario meets Metal Slug. There we go. Perfect. Any others? Levels? Nope, just this. I suspect there will be another level, like a level after. Once I beat the Machine Gun Man. So there's 2 of these big metal machines. And then there's a duo fight against the Machine Gun Man and a Knife Man. And so I got kind of close to beating the Machine Gun and Knife Man. I killed Knife Man, but I didn't actually kill Machine Gun Man. It got close, I think, judging by how sunburnt he got. But I didn't kill Machine Gun Man, so it didn't count. But yeah, this one I just need to chuck bombs at this thing until it dies. And then the other one, I think I need to hit them with fireballs until they die. And my goal right... Oh, God. No. Right now is to throw as many bombs and hit that one part over the turret to the right until it dies, while taking as little explosive damage as possible. That's the plan. There may be some problems with my plan, but that's the plan. I'm getting marginally better at it every time, I think. Except for the one that just got reset. That one didn't go so hot. I think I could have gone to the right. I thought the missile was going to go further to the right. But the Machine Gun Man will come out of this thing once I do enough hits on it. Oh, sorry, knife. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I'm a Machine Gun Man. Dang, explosion's still killing me. I can't let go! It hurts twice when you when you pick up a shell, and no, I don't know how to dodge that pattern. Come on. Just shell hit it. No. Shell, I don't know, I still have it though. Well, last time I just managed to end this cycle early. No, I hit him. I don't want to hit him. I want to hit the machine. I want to hit the turret. Side slide invuln. I can't let go of these things. Sometimes that's to my benefit, but still. Okay, there we go. We beat the cycle, but still only 10 lives.
Come on, boy. You're missing me. Go home to mommy.
I jumped in. I did not read that.
Come on, boy. You're missing me.
Not really. No, that's definitely not how to die. How to not die. Like, one of them eventually goes off screen for a little bit. That's really what I want, so I have a chance to kill the other one. Yeah, this is an abortive attempt. I'm definitely not doing enough damage. Thankfully, I don't think they hurt you when you step into them. But then they laugh at you and then kill you. And stab you.
Go home to mommy. Go home to mommy.
Yeah. What's up, Kappa? How you doing? Okay. Well. Let me read the thing about this again. Oh, that doesn't help. It only tells me exactly what I already know. As far as I can tell, Mario was the only choice. I pressed a few buttons on that screen and nothing else happened. Not sure who other options would be. I guess Luigi? Waluigi? Someone from Metal Slug. Superman. One of the Contra guys, probably. The Contra good dudes would fit in well here. There we go. Perfect first cycle. I'm kind of surprised this worked. Now Luigi would be very much the same. I'm just making guesses about what you could put in here. But yeah, that did not like that. Doesn't surprise me. This is some advanced SA1 bullshit. And I mean that in the best way. And so I'm very worried about whether or not any of my tech is going to work here. And not cause the game to crash. We already saw what happened with the alerts. I've turned off the alerts. Which I think works. I haven't used that functionality in forever. But I don't want to break it so that I end up outside of the level every time someone does something. Which just means everything someone does is now a way of resetting the game. How did I jump into that? That was free. Back to missiles? No. This vaguely reminds me of something like Paul Robert something's animations. I suspect he is also a fan of Metal Slug. Kings of Power won 4 billion%, etc. He also did a bunch of animations for Cartoon Network. Apparently he's just like the person you call when you want to do this style of pixelated animation. Vaguely remember he did like a Rick and Morty thing at some point. That's just sad. Jigged when I should have jagged. There we go. And now Knife Man's out. Now I don't want to hit him. I do wonder if that's a viable strategy. Like, if I was better at this phase, would it be smart to attack him? He's actually getting swarthy pretty quickly. Just, I don't really know if swarthy is the right word to use here. He got me pincered. He's turning redder. See if he remains with his redness later. Once I take down the tank. I was hoping would happen on that attack, and it did. He does not retain his redness. Trying to defeat him there don't think is going to help. Use the Schwartz? I'll try. How you doing, Zuccotti? Yeah, this vaguely reminds me of the Violence Kings. What? Bit at the very end of Kings of Power. Oh, that's not a good prize. How did I do okay the first time? I think it was mostly I just kept trying to jump off their heads. Don't jump into fire. It never works. I can't stay in front of them. You have to say, you know, compared to most bosses you face in Mario games, these are active and very threatening. What I wouldn't give for a rocket launcher. Because that seems like it would be way better. Like some sort of laser. Oh no, I got hit by the sonic boom. They're both getting pretty red. Okay, one of them's wandered off to get a big-ass laser. Why can't I have a big-ass laser, huh? I want the biggest laser. Oh, and of course missiles. Yeah, that wasn't the smartest move. In retrospect, jumping into the big-ass laser just wasn't a good idea. And neither was jumping into the missile. Is this just one hit? Yeah, pretty much. I got 20 hits. That counts as... Where am I? Okay, so that thing up there, the big old missile launcher, is actually like land you can stand on, which is good to know. Took down one of them. No! Okay, down to 2. Almost out of time? Oh, this is hard. Yeah, so it's just like one long boss fight. There's more after that. Heaven help me. Alright, try other buttons. L or R. Nope. Just Mario. So I just need to play better in the first 5 minutes of this. Like, I definitely panicked at the end there. Yeah, it's 1. We'll find out how many hits this actually takes. I think that knowledge will make me happier in the long run. So that was 2 attacks, that was 3 attacks. It was dumb attack. This takes 4 attacks. No, I'm not cheating yet. Yet is the prerogative word here. I'm pretty sure, based upon the other thing, I'm willing to bet, and I don't have proof of this, that this is based upon, what's his name? Anonymzwx earlier work, and I played one level that was by him for the Reznor contest, one of the Reznor contests. I may just have to turn off everything. Does that still work? That run wasn't going great anyway, but I think we need to turn off change characters. Metal Slug Metroidvania, that would be pretty cool. Alright, there we go. I have turned off basically everything. But yeah, so it's based, I assume it's based off a similar code. And in that one, it's literally the lives counter. And there's no reason for it not to be. Like, you already get free display of it. It's there. It's easy to manipulate. You can just hijack the routine for death and have it instead, you know, kill and respawn, you know, de-increment the timer, or de-increment the value, decrement the value, and do the animation. So, like, there's a lot of good reasons just to make it that counter, so I suspect it is. So when I want to, if and when I want to cheat, the mode of cheating will most likely be just adding more life. But honestly, I think in this case, like, time is of the essence. And you only have 5 minutes per go. So there's that. I might see if I can load enough lives, or not enough lives, or one of those routines, and see if that don't crash the game, because that'll be safer than doing more than one right. Plug in some RPG mechanics. Boo. I'm not giving up yet. I'm not giving up yet. But my understanding is it's a very long boss fight. And there may be more parts to this long boss fight. And I can't spend all day, every day playing one boss fight forever. 1. 2. 3. Okay. 4. I'm certain that the machine gun guy appears on a timer. At least I feel like he does. 5. Maybe he shows up when you hit him 5 times. 6. I'm gonna guess the number's 10. Okay. No! No! Come on. No! Just hit it! Okay, that's 7, maybe. I don't know how to dodge that. 8. He takes 8 hits. Casio Mario players. I mean, I don't even remember what the Casio Mario boss was. Oh, Fennel, yes. The boss I've at least beaten Fennel legitimate in one game that wasn't Casio. I should have jumped. Casio Mario World. You know, I think one of the reasons I think my theory about angles is wrong for one. I think Fennel was easier in Momodora. I feel very much like I'm history. But I didn't sign up to judge the Casio boss fight, LDC, which, you know, that probably would make some people very happy. I think some people greatly enjoy it. I don't even know what hit me there. Maybe his pants. Oh, God. Oh, that bomb's actually got smaller than I expected. He called me. Right out of the air, he called me. And off comes the laser. So again, I'm not sure if that's a timer or not, but damn. I can't avoid. I feel like Knife Guy's almost dead. No! Okay, I got bounced. That's good. Nope, almost into fire. Nope. One of those things where, like, trying to keep track of 2 dudes at once, as well as Enrage Timer. So, what's their names from Dark Souls all over again? Alright, well, down to 1, I got 60 seconds. He is not red at all, and I have 2 lives left. And I'm terrible at dodging the missile. Day to a whole week on a Momodora boss? Nope, just the boss. I think I only spent like 2 days playing Momodora. That was fun. It was a good game.
Mario!
Pushing the right buttons would help.
Final mission, start!
A new Momodora came out? Really? Since, like, February? I've only ever played one of them. The one with Fennel. So, but I enjoyed it. You know, it was a nice break from what I usually do on stream. A little bit of a small Metroidvania. My only beef with that game is, bottomless pits don't belong in Metroidvanias. They're quite silly. You know, that's an interesting thing I just noticed. After dying, I can throw the object. So there's a chance I can salvage losing an object if I just throw it when I die. January? Oh, wow, okay, that's very recent. It's good, mixed opinions, interesting. I heard the other ones were like Flash games, and I wouldn't mind going and playing some Flash games at some point. It has been one of the issues with streaming lately, is I'm just not sure what I want to do. I need to, you know, do this, I need to do other things, and so just had a busy week or so. This week's looking better in this regard. I've got a work project that's not so busy, and I'm just doing some research on it, which solves some problems. I thought that was a diffused one. I'm just all over the place. Nope, nope. Oh, I'm so sad I missed that first bomb. I just need more bombs. And to avoid the missile that knows where it is. Doesn't seem to know where Mario is, so its deviation must be incorrect. Yeah, see, it's salvageable. That is a lot better than failing it. Not as good as succeeding it, but a lot better than failing it. I still have these. Oh, that was... Nope. I thought that was the next phase after the pause, but I guess not. Okay. Thank you. Sprite limits. No! Pretty sure that'll do it. There we go. Well, 12 is not great. More of a CLDC than QLDC? Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, the thing is, they're very related concepts. QLDC and QLDC. QLDC and CLDC are basically the same contest, except one's weirder. But you're not wrong. I think that's how, yeah, I guess I didn't notice it last time. It's like Hackjam Demon got redder over time. They just know what I'm gonna do. I'm just trying to abuse invulnerability right now. What if I enter the Contra code while I get more lives? So whenever I jump at them, they know just to throw an explosive. I am most certainly history. Possibly geography. Yeah, honestly, with the tight timer, and the fact that I have to do the same thing over and over, I want to know if I can still do this in the time limit. Let's see if this works. Like, I would definitely reserve... So basically what I would probably do here is if I was playing on a different mechanism, I would probably take a save state right at the start of this fight and keep going off of a single thing. But right now, I just don't want to do the first two over again. And this thing doesn't really allow for save states. I'm on console. And I've spent 30 minutes on this. Like, unless this is actually the only thing here, is this one fight, in which case I'd feel bad about skipping over it using cheating. And I'll come back and try again, and I forgot to turn off the heater. But if this is it, if this isn't it, then I feel perfectly happy with my decision. I've seen what's meant to be seen here, and it's on a tight time limit. Which question marks? Oh, he ditched the rocket launcher. Huh, didn't expect that to happen. The tight time limit, if you look up... Okay, there we go. So is this the first level, or is that the whole thing? It's the first level. Okay, I'm gonna turn the heater off. Alright, I'm wrong. It's not. This is the whole thing, so I guess we're gonna grind this some more. Mel Yoshi, Anonimzwx, I don't know how to pronounce that in its entirety. Klonoz, Mel Yoshi, and music by Maxodex, and Masterlink, and others. Yeah, I thought there'd be more, but that makes sense that it's just one hard boss fight. Others, Yoshi Fanatic, Vitor Fiella, Fusuya, Pixie Team, special thanks to Nintendo, SNK Playmore, I assume the people who made Metal Slug. Okay, my expectation was there was more past that, but if it's just one badass boss fight, I'm gonna grind to this some more. I think I can do it. But yeah. We'll stay at it for a bit, is all I'm saying. I just wanted to know. Hey, look, I'm still on the screen. Thanks for playing. Right. SNK made Metal Slug. Yeah, every once in a while, I see, what are those machines out in the wild? Neo Geo machines. And pretty much the only games I ever see people play on them are either Metal Slug or Puzzle Bobble. That's it. Nothing else. Thanks for believing in me, Fries. Thanks for... Oh, wait, that... was a fake. You faker! You know, actually, what I would say here, at least would just make this more friendly, would just be resetting things between cycles, or giving me the opportunity to win back some resources. Like one of those boss fights where they occasionally spawn mooks that you hit and you get something out of it. You know, that was terrible. I'm playing like a trash can. I've taken more hits than this thing has. There we go. Way too hard to learn for casuals. Yeah, if I encountered this in a standard hack, I would not be a happy camper, unless it was at the end of a very, very hard hack. If this was the final boss of, say, Marissa World, I could see it. But that's not how it usually works. But it's a really cool technical piece. Like, this is impressive for the Super Nintendo. Got a ridiculous number of big sprites. I'm pretty sure the whole thing up there is one sprite. It's possible it's a background layer now that I'm looking at it. Or parts of it are a background layer and parts of it are a sprite. Like the treads could be a background layer and the bouncing part could be a sprite. Or maybe it's some sort of wobble between frames, I don't know. There could be some other sort of raster trick that I'm not aware of. And the sheer, especially the second half, or the third part of the boss, the sheer amount of stuff that's happening is impressive. Why'd I do that? The RNG literally wants me to win, and I'm doing everything in my power to prevent it. Like you can see, it's pretty close to death. It's pretty close to death, and Machine Gun Man just spawned. Another, like, interesting thing that would be a possibility is, like, if you kill a Machine Gun Man in this, only one of the dudes spawns in the next fight, which would be interesting, because you're making a choice as to where to keep your difficulty. Oh, I was looking the wrong way. King of Fighters is a thing you can play on the old Neo Geos, but most casual people wouldn't want to play it over Street Fighter. It has crazy complex movement. I mean, I think it just comes down to what people recognize and want to pick up. Because, like, at barcades, you don't want to, like, spend a lot of money on games that you don't know how to play. Because it's just not going to go well. I think I need to duck more. But yeah, especially like fighting games, unless you already know what you're doing or just don't care that you don't know what you're doing. Which can happen, but like, you know, also like it depends upon the machine, how it's currently working. It's like me and my bro went to a little like gaming place in Utah a while ago. And because they had mini golf, we wanted to play mini golf. His sons didn't want to go because they're like, yeah, my eyes hurt after doing the mini golf. And they're right, my eyes did hurt after doing the mini golf. It was fun, but my eyes did hurt. Lots of black lights. But one of the reasons we wanted to go was to play Rampage. We used to play Rampage a lot as kids because we had the DOS port. Which still astounds me that it works with 3 players on a single keyboard. Which is a ridiculous control scheme when you think about it. There's no way I'm going to live this one. 3 different jump lengths you can do. They're actually relevant for gameplay. Doesn't help King of Fighters is famous for always having bullshit boss at the end. I mean, I'm pretty sure every single fighting game has a bullshit boss at the end, doesn't it? Like, M. Bison's notorious for cheating, I'm pretty sure, in most Street Fighters. Goro, I think it was, before you fight Shang Lu or whatever his name was in Mortal Kombat, was also, like, absolutely brutal to fight. But, like, I think if you're playing against someone, it's fine. But play against the CPU in an arcade is usually unless you know what you're doing, it's just a way to lose quarters. But anyway, played some Rampage at the gaming place, and my brother wanted to play a little bit of Street Fighter, so we started playing it for a little bit, and then we realized that the sticks were busted. So the rightmost player couldn't press down. And honestly, if you can't press down, you can't really press Street Fighter. Because you can't do your quarter circle forward punches, you can't do any of the other like normal moves. I think even Dragon Punch requires pressing down at some point, doesn't it? And I'm terrible at fighting games. Well... No! The like white flashes before the explosions vaguely remind me of like Duck Hunt. You have this like big thing on the screen it has to draw. You know, so that the gun knows if you shot something or not. The fact the explosions retain their hitboxes is a little annoying, but I have to assume it's a Metal Slug thing. Oh, I have another one. Not sure when this got into my hands, but not going to complain. Why'd I do that? Okay, here comes Machine Gun Man, and the fight becomes a lot more challenging. So I hope it spawns like 3 bombs so I can just dodge all of his attacks that he does. Oh, come on. Cool! Not cool. I thought he was dead. That's what I get for not counting. If I Moga roll is as hard as Street Fighter 2 Turbo Akuma. Oh my. And it's not a secret boss.
Come on, boy.
Play Gauntlet on MAME on keyboard. You can only manage 3 of us because the keyboard used to lock up. With 4 people. That's impressive, honestly. Like, legit, I think I could take on either one of these without that much difficulty. But the fact that there's 2 of them, and I can't... And I'm using Fire Flower to fight them. Maybe I'm just being whiny about it, but, like, Fire Flower sucks for fighting targets that can jump upward. But I think if I only had to track one of them and what they were doing, I'd have a much better chance. Because typically while I'm trying to dodge one's attack, the other one's lining up an attack on me, and I just get pummeled. It'd also be nice to know if jumping on them did anything. Or if you need to fully Fire Flower them to death. Those would be things I'd like to know. Should have taken Cape. Valid point. I can't read chat and try to play this at the same time, as has been demonstrated. It has a huge hitbox. Which makes sense, given it's humongous. You throw it behind him. Alright. Wasn't intended for that, it was all PS2 keyboard days. Yeah. Understandable. You should say hi, you've been here since the start of the stream. Oh, what's up, McKemlin? How you doing? I have to use a secret laser suit that's totally in there because it was in a YouTube video 15 years ago. That would make sense. Tracking tornado with the 0 delay that drains all your life. You scratch your nose, character dies. I do. Doing good? Excellent. Mario! Excellent. Yeah. I think what I would do, if I was so inclined, is because I have done this perfect at least once, I think. Or at least perfect enough, right? I've gotten to the boss end with like 20 lives. I think what I might do next time is when I get to the dynamic duo, I'm going to hack myself 20 lives and see if I can do it with that. And if I can't, then I think that might be the end of this journey. Because basically, I mean, one, I'm playing like a trash can at this part. I know how to do this. He only takes 3 hits. Or 4 hits or something. Like, this first part is really easy if you don't miss your shots. And there's only 2 things going on. Like this is not hard, just don't get hit. Which is true for all. I thought it was dying. I'm dying there. But, where was my train of thought going? Save states. Yeah, I probably would take a save state at the dynamic duo part. Unfortunately, SA1, so nothing works. That was cool. Well, mostly nothing works. Nothing Works is incidentally one of the stages of Space Chem. One I relate to a lot. Because speaking of, I finally finished my Final Fantasy I integration stuff. Using USB to NES. I've come to the conclusion, and I need to find a way to prove this, that it sends more data than it's supposed to. So somehow it's double receiving some data, and that's a problem. And the reason I suspect this is because I wrote the whole thing incredibly defensively. Like, the Zelda 2 one, I just assumed stuff worked. Which it didn't. But I just assumed it worked and didn't write very defensively. For this, I made it so that it could only do a small number of possible things, only a certain number of readable... I checked the range of certain things before it does anything. And because of the particular values I'm sending it, it's never going to write out of bounds using these rules. I send it a number to say which character I want to rename, and I then send the name. Conveniently, these are 2 entirely separate ranges, because names start around hex 80, or, well, characters that matter start around, like, hex 80, and the numbers for their characters start at 0, 1, and 2. So basically, I have a check clause that guarantee that checks to see if the first byte as part of a packet I get is small. And if it's small, that's good. And if it's not small, abandon the whole packet. Keep reading till there's no more data, but abandon the whole packet. So what I think can be happening... maybe that doesn't make sense either. I really need to sit down, like, write some test ROMs for this. Or ask Fistbit to help me write a test ROM for this, because I think it'd be like 5 minutes of his time and a lot more of mine. But... oh. So anyway, I don't think it'll crash Final Fantasy I. I found a way to back up SRAM, but it looks really stupid. And I went and read some stuff by Crix that seems to indicate that there is a way to do this properly, but I didn't do it. I'm not sure what I expected. Basically, anytime you do a read from the USB side that's not, or do a read or write to the USB side that's not through the FIFO, it changes the memory management stuff so that you're reading from the wrong place. And if the game reads from that area, it crashes. That's just what happens. And by that area, I mean anything in PRG or CHR-ROM. Or SRAM. Or really anything. Just anything, really. And so what you need to do is put it in a loop in WRAM, or whatever the NES calls WRAM, so that it isn't being read from that location, so no reads are happening from that location. And then unpark it using the FIFO. I could possibly do this. I don't know if I have the space, and certainly the protocol for this is simple and irritating. But the problem with, like, hacking NES games is there's not much space to work with, because you really need to work out of the fixed bank if you can, because otherwise you need to wait later to find it. So... that's where I'm at with that. It just doesn't work consistently enough. And I think the real key is, if I want to do things properly, I think might just be to reduce the FIFO stuff to sending a byte saying, hey, I'm going to do something. Let it receive the byte saying, all right, and then let it send a byte saying, yeah, I'm ready to do something. And then... where was I? And then do all of the changes to the SRAM or any other spot that I feel the need to do. Because I can get because an awful lot of games store the important stuff I care about in SRAM. Not to mention I could back up SRAM if I use this properly. So maybe I'll change up how it works, but probably not for Final Fantasy 1. I'm confident enough in this for now. It's not a great system, but it will suffice. And the other system's worse because it'll just cause the game to pause every time anything happens. If I was smart, I'd wait for another bomb to drop. But like, it's definitely a more dependable system and makes it more similar to how one has to deal with things on the SD to SNES, which is just an easier platform to work with. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'll probably talk with Desi sometime in the vaguely near future about getting that started. Amongst getting other things done, as we're doing this evening. I'm getting one of these done. Like I said, I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to go for this. Especially because that happens. Like, I feel like after the thing is cleared, that shouldn't hurt you. Knows where it is. But this just also works against my, like, I'm not that good at tracking that many things all at once. It's a lot of things to track with those two bosses. I do think that if it was one of them at a time, I could probably do it. It probably wouldn't take that long. But having both on screen and constantly throwing things, I need to hit them with Fire Flower, which just seems massively ineffective. Like, I'm not sure how many hits they take, but it just doesn't seem effective. I am at least grateful that there is some measure that shows that they are taking damage, though. This first times through was pretty demoralizing, seeing nothing happen. You stop doing that. Thought it was a freebie. You know what? Just for my edification, I'm going to try to kill him. Like, just ignore the actual machine. I'm just going to try to kill the machine gun man and see what happens. Like, see if that makes the next fight easier, because, like, that's a thought I had. Plus, I just want to see what happens. No, I don't want to hit the machine. Might him. Didn't hit him. I didn't see it against the background. Stop moving! Alright, well, he dies and he stays on the ground. I suspect that his buddy comes and picks him up regardless. But at least see what happens. Bonk. That classic, there's too many explosions, slow down. That everyone loves to see in, like, shooting game, like, shoot-em-ups. Like Ikaruga, where everything slows down when the boss monster, whose name is Isekai, or whatever it is, explodes. Alright, let's see how this works. You just corner you out of nowhere, faithful to Metal Slug. Yeah, that sounds right.
Come on, boy.
Yep!
You're miss me. Go home to mommy.
Yep, okay, well, that was cool. Alright, we're gonna try the if I had 20-ish lives approach. And see if I can do it from here. Doesn't even matter because of the time taken, actually. Basically, I would have to tank every hit and then do all the spam I can I don't think that's gonna work. Like, he's not even swarthy yet. I think that jumping on them must do some damage. Just not enough. I am definitely going home to mommy. How you doing, Aaron? I already cheated my way past this, but I'm trying to get kind of a more legitimate clear. I don't think I'm going to, though, because, honestly, they just take so much damage and so much time. So, what we've learned here is it's theoretically possible, if I have more time, and that number of lives. Ducati. Yeah. But I feel like I've done this due diligence up to by this point. Like, I think it's possible I could grind this out eventually. I'm not altogether convinced I'm having enough fun to do that. By that I mean I'm not convinced I'm having enough fun. It's a 5-minute long boss fight. You know, you get to the end of, like, Donkey Kong Country, and you're not looking forward to it because fighting King K. Rool just takes forever? That's kind of how I'm feeling about this. It's just, it's a long boss fight, and some of it's just RNG. Like, you aren't guaranteed... Like, even if you're going to go as fast as you want to, sometimes the RNG just says, nah. Like, I really think that between the sections, clearing the timer and resetting it to something reasonable would be a nice boon to the player. Assuming this is meant for, like, regular playing at some point. I can't throw this to save my life. So long and hard. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, he said with no... Well, mostly no sense of irony. But especially the last bit, like, just, I cannot track those two that well. It's kind of like Skinny and Fatty, whatever their names are. Ornithopter and something or other from Dark Souls. It's like, one of them would have been pretty easy to handle. Like, reasonable boss, not painful. But both of them together, oh dear God. You just have to keep track of that, of what they're both doing and hope they both don't jump you at the same time. And these are both fast dudes. Like, the one benefit to that fight is, like, one of the guys is really slow. And so you're not constantly wasting time. And also, like, because of the length of, I guess, this specific phase, right? Rockets take forever, and they don't yield a ball anyway at any point during. Like, quite literally, you're just going to be waiting on balls while you do 3 rockets. Which, on a tight timer level, is terrible. Did not mean to hit him. See, I suspect this is very faithful, but there's also a reason I don't play Metal Slug. Though I do appreciate it. It's a very well done game in a lot of ways. Did not guess right with that particular split. No! Okay. Here we go. Gonna see if I can theoretically beat these with 20 lives from this point. That's what we're gonna see if I can do. Because that's what I would do, is, like, eventually get... If I ever got a 20 on the way there, I would have made a save state and started from there. I feel 200 seconds should be enough. We'll see. But constraints of the platform. swear they're really good at drawing those out. They really know where I'm going. I'm very predictable. Like, do they have a cooldown time between hitting them? That's another thing I guess I really would love to see from like Metal Slug is some sort of cool upgrade. You could... Wait, he went and got that really early. What the hell? Did the game detect I'm cheating and decide to just make things worse? Is that what happened there? Or something to do with, like, Mario not being on the screen and stuff getting weird? It was cool to see the laser that early, though. I always assumed it was on a timer because of how, you know, it usually showed up near when I was already toast. Been rereading the Terry Pratchett Guards series, and one of the sort of running jokes, because an awful lot of them are not terribly good guards, is that they keep getting the the class wrong. It says, "Your geography!" So hearing your history amuses me. Yeah, when I get stuck on top of the giant laser, it's really hard to tell what's going on. Really wish I could kill Knife Guy. I think these guys are actually related. Like, there's actual lore here. They're estranged, but their love of guns and knives have brought them... So fun! Jumping on them does do damage! There's a chance. I don't think I was hurting him. Okay, so if I had done a completely legitimate 20, I could have killed the bosses. I think that's good enough for me. I think that's good enough for me. So, interesting, difficult, frustrating at times. And I kind of wish Mario could have a giant laser and or machine gun and or, you know, rocket launcher, is how I feel about this. But it is a technically interesting piece. Just hard. Very hard. Alright, I'm calling that due diligence. I'm calling that due diligence for this. Yeah, what I was really kind of hoping was it'd be a set of boss fights, kind of more like a Mega Man refight thing than one long boss fight. Like each of those would be its own stage. Then after you beat the two dudes, then like it'd move on to something else, and it would keep going. And I think I would have liked it a lot more if it played that way. Because a series of boss fights is just a lot more fun because you're not doing the same thing over and over. But it's a choice. It's a choice.